I've gone through a little transformation lately. So, my sister has gotten this really cool device. Okay, voice is gone. So, this thing is called MUSE. It's pretty freaking sweet, too. So, basically, it can read your brain waves and cycles and what you're thinking about. So you go into meditation for like 5 to 10 minutes, and it records your brain activity, and they want you to focus on how many birds and meditation and really calming yourself on that level. But when I put it on right away, I went into full sober meditation, probably one of the most potent. When I say potent, it's only happened about 4 different times where it was this intense, like, generate a spinning vortex. The first time, I ended up getting run over by a boat 6 days later with 6 people on the boat, and the number of the house being 666, and lots of sixes, you know. And when I did this, it was on the evening of the 5th going into the 6th, so it changed going into the divine child aspect. But so that was one time in a space that I call Jewel Garden, which is a profound garden within the visualizations and the books and the stories I've written. And the second time, it was looking at the meditating in front of the K Mountain in the springtime, magical mountain that I frequent, and I was practicing Hawaiian breathing technique, and I spun into this vortex, and I saw this big, beautiful dragon come out of the mountain. And months before that, in the winter time, I wrote what I call the Red Dragon Prophecy, and that's what the mountain told me. And then I saw that dragon come out of the mountain, and I keep visualizing this city in the mountain. Some weird something that's going on in my head. So the third time was in last August, when I got healing sessions done for 1 full week, pretty much 5 days, morning and evening, in Banff, by a lovely alchemist named Ria May Long. So check her out, she's sweet. So on the last session of that, but the reason I was going to Banff was to bring a Lemurian Sisterhood crystal to Lake Louise and grid it into the lake. So then after that, after I did that little ceremony with a friend who picked me up just randomly on the side of the road in Banff to Lake Louise and brought me up there, we did the ceremony, we came, she brought me back down, I went back to Banff, and then I stayed a week at this person's house, and probably one of the most inspirational people that I get to work with. And I gave her a lovely gift. It had to do with being a hollow bone, and just days before, she had asked the creator, what is it going to take to get a hollow bone? And then I show up, here you go. So she offered to do some healing, and on the last session of that, I went through a spinning vortex. It was the most emotional of the healings, and yeah, I just remember that feeling again. And then the last time was just a couple nights ago, and that's when I was able to actually capture the brainwaves at that time, and you can see it's within the equalized neutral zone where it goes like that, and then everything else. So there's this like dimensional shift that happens, or this phenomena that causes equalization on both sides, and it's what it might be would be harmonizing of a specific chakra, because the second time that I did a meditation with that, directly after, pretty much, I had a hoot of DMT, because we were doing some science, and then I did another meditation with just a slight altered consciousness, and the first one's very active and the second one is very calm. And in the second one I was able to kind of reformat and really create a new structure as to a partnership, a spiritual partnership that I want to manifest, or that I am manifesting, put the codes in, and just did a whole bunch of just 10 minutes of restructuring how things are going to work. How is the movie that I want to create, or that I want to live out, how is it going to happen, and what are my intentions deeply rooted? I don't know what it's going to look like, but I know what it's going to feel like, because we're working mostly with the feeling centers in this, and it was the heart, it was very in the heart. So I was able to capture both of those meditations and the differences. And in the second one, although it was very potent and powerful, it was very, very calmed and really, really in a meditative state. And then seeing the other one that is very active when it was just my own altered consciousness. But when it was without any differences, any factors extra like the DMT, I was actually able to go into the most potent altered state that I think I felt throughout this whole time, because I did another, like a full DMT trip, and it was beautiful, and I just continued that work, and I was more of an observer watching how things are, and I put my own codes in. I went to the altar and I really worked on that level. So there wasn't really anything. It all corroborated with each other, and it's really neat to actually get that little bit that actually lets me know, hey, when you are completely a hollow bone, you're completely sober, when you are completely in your own energy field, that's actually when the most potent realization or experience happened, and which was neat, because I don't know, it's fun. It's fun to know that it's an innate ability that I get to play on those astral realms without the help of any extra spirits guiding me there, because the veil is so thin. So it's been really neat. So I'm gonna continue learning stuff. Actually, okay, so I'm gonna make stories of those meditations, and they're gonna go with the brainwave thing, so you can actually go through almost the exact meditation that follows that structure for both of them. That'd be kind of neat, you know. Anyways, bye.